Hello, chat. How's it going? Happy Friday. Ooh, it is Friday. I'm ready for the weekend. I hope y'all are too. Alright, let's get switched on over here. Hi. Hello. Glasses, because it's a shorter time today. Welcome on back to the stream. Hope you guys all have a great week. Oh, why am I in my apartment? This apartment that badly needs to get decorated. Actually, no, hold on. There's not even any point of, going to Tuliolal yet because we're here to do role quests. That's our goal for the day. Yeah, I got to 94 on all the classes. I probably should actually, technically, maybe get a bit higher so that the other classes are ready to go with the, fix one of my windows here because I broke it. With an extension, because they're every 2. So, but that's okay. I can do that later, but we are approaching 95, so I feel like there's a dungeon coming soon-ish. And I should probably... Hello, cat? Hello there? Hello, sweet child of mine? Bam. There's your... I feel like we should be ready to go for that. So we can stay on track to keep doing role quests all together. Alright. Anyway, but we're ready for 94. So I think we're gonna start with healer, which I believe was in Limsa, correct? I hope? We're gonna go to Limsa. We're gonna find out. I can't remember. There's things in all over the places. This is a Momo. He's very happy to see y'all. Hope he's wishing all of you well. Y'all are having a good start to your weekend. Hopefully, I hope. Yep. This is healer. Gonna go this way. Wasn't like Dancer over here before? The dance troupe. They used to be over in this way direction, but probably down there, I think. Something like that. What a name. Moja Mori. Okay, whatever. Loshkana, hello. Okay, we're just gonna go right into it. We're here to do some... We're gonna do role quests. We might do side quests. We're not gonna touch MSQ today. If I go to bed at a reasonable time, which might still not happen because I'm probably gonna keep leveling offline the other jobs, but go to bed at a reasonable time, then we can start earlier tomorrow. Ah, I know, Momo. It's amazing. Isn't amazing how time works and how you can be in 2 places at once on both cameras. This is your tail. This is you. Cat tail. It's called a mustachio when you take a momo tail and you put it on your nose. Alright, anyway. Role quest. Sorry. Focus. Hi. Living among the deadly. Loshkana is staring wistfully into the horizon. Oh, it's you, Kirameki. You'll have to forgive the dour mood. I don't understand it. How is it that Elaret and Kokonoa can so grandiosely reveal their names and identities, yet I remain unable to track them down? I've been following the latest hearsay, but I haven't had much luck. Not a soul's seen them since the incident with Wislam and Zerig. That's not to say I've given up entirely. Now that they know I'm on their trail, I suspect they're using my unfamiliarity with this island to their advantage. I dare say they're lying low outside the city. That's why I propose a trip to the Morebi dry docks. Folk here often speak of it, but I've yet to go there myself, so seems as good a place as any. Oh, Mama, you still have a little boo-boo on your head. Don't worry, it'll heal. Like, don't touch it. Your game, I'll meet you there. Alright, to the Moravi dry docks. You hear bonks. That's Momo. He is a cat. He is banging his head on the... Well, not banging, but rubbing his face on the, I don't know why that's there. He's rubbing his face on the, my car. Look, my child's special. That's okay. I'm shaking your butt. How does that make you feel, Momo? He's very excited. Momo's a little lonely because one of the people in the house is missing and hasn't been home in a few days. So he's kind of upset right now, so we might get a lot of Momo over the next couple days. Alright, high-strung shipwright. Here we go. Where in the hells could he... Oh, hold on. Where in the hells could he have gone? Or more, I guess it was more like, where in the hells could he have gone? Ah, there you are, Kitameki. While I was waiting for you, this fellow came asking for help. Sorry to trouble you, but my little brother's gone missing, and I could use a hand finding him. Said he wanted to see the ships I made, so I started showing him around, but the next thing I know, he was gone. The lad's probably got himself lost. Oh, that poor dear. I know we still have the heartstring to consider, but I'd like to search for this man's brother, if that's all right with you. Hopefully the kid's not in danger with the two cuckoos, although it would be funny. They're hilarious. I love them. All right. Much appreciated. I'm sure we'll find him all the faster with your help. You have me, thanks. My brother wouldn't say boo to a goose, so I doubt he'd leave the docks on his own. He's got a mop of red hair like mine, so you'll know when you see him. I'll keep an eye out. I know you're just itching to search for him as well, but could I ask you to wait here in case he comes back? Let's split up so we can cover more ground. Good luck. I can fly. I hope you guys know that. Alright. I ain't to like my brother to wander off like that. With any luck, you won't have gone far. Carbuncle, go! Blue, little lost child. A red-headed youth. Whoa, he's crying. What's wrong with you, boy? I'm scared. Where are you? Are you looking for your brother? Because he's looking for you. I could take you to him. You're here to take me back to my brother? Yeah, you want to come? I got a car. Oh, never mind. She's here. She'll take you. You found the little one, Kitameki. I'm so glad he's safe. I just wanted to see the ships my brother was working on. I thought I could see him better from higher up, but I lost my way. Oh, it sounds like you've had quite the adventure. But you were very brave today, so I'll tell you a secret. Even grown-ups get lost. I have an awful time learning my way around somewhere new, even with a map. Really? I guess I'm not the only one. A smile. We like those. Now, your brother's very worried about you, so can you promise me you won't go wandering off on your own again? I promise. I should say sorry to my brother, too. Let's take him back, then. Her pants are a distraction for me. Keep looking at them going, I would not wear those pants with that dress. I mean, it's fine. It doesn't look bad, it's just not to my taste. I was worrying myself sick over that little one. I was indifferent. He could have fallen into the ocean for all we know. Brother! Yeah, lifesavers, both of you. You deserve a proper reward, but I ain't got much to offer at the moment. Oh, we're in no need of coin. Just some information if you have it. Have you seen a Huron woman and a Lalafellan man around the docks in recent days? One is an alchemist and the other a goldsmith. They'd likely have a few mammoths with them as well. If not, have you heard any rumors of food or drink that causes ailments when you consume them? Blindness or numbness, perhaps? Afraid I haven't seen or heard anything or anyone like that. Sorry I couldn't be of more help to you. Oh, that's alright. Knowing they haven't been around the docks is equally helpful. Well, that's good at least. I'll be praying to the navigator you both find who you're looking for. You guys are gonna come back later in the quest chain, I'm sure. I'm sure we're gonna see more of them. Penro, the two of us will be headed home. Thanks again for everything. Good fortune and safe travels to you both. Don't trust strangers, kid. I know it's a futile thing to say sometimes, but don't do it. But no word of the unbound. But at least we could help those brothers. Children often let their curiosity guide them, which means they'll naturally wander off on their own adventures. I don't blame that man for worrying as much as he did. You seem to know a lot about children. Something tells me you speak from personal experience. I do, in fact. I'm the oldest sibling in my family. I can't tell you how many times I've had to search for my brothers and sisters when they were growing up. Now that I think on it, I've barely told you about my family or my village, or anything, really. I'd be happy to share a few stories if you'd like. The ocean view here is so beautiful, so we might as well enjoy the scenery and relax a bit. My people hail from the northern valleys of Chaktaural. We're a close-knit community of hunters for the most part. Children are given spears, well, practice ones, before they even learn to walk, and we hone our tracking skills from a very young age. Is that surprising? It seems second nature to me, but then again, I've encountered my fair share of surprises here as well. Our village rests in a veritable sea of poisonous plants and animals, so the slightest injury on a hunt can prove deadly. Thus, we will leave it prudent to begin our training as early as possible. Yet, no matter how skilled we might be, accidents are inevitable and the heartstring proves vital to our survival. Not only does it produce poison, it cleanses it as well. In the right hands, it can dispel some of the deadliest natural toxins known to mankind. Ah, that makes a lot of sense. So, usually things that are poisonous are also a cure to said poison, if used correctly. Or to other poisons, like they can counteract it. So, that makes a lot of sense, that this thing can both enfeeble and heal. Cleanse, if you will. It even purifies the beasts we hunt. In fact, our diet consists of highly venomous creatures, ones that would normally kill a grown adult if ingested. Uh-oh, they're gonna starve without this thing. The heartstring allows us to lead a quiet, peaceful life in lands where others dare not tread. It always has. I suppose that's why I never imagined someone like Elorette would take that away from us. When I left, our village food stores were well stocked, but I can't bear the thought of my younger brothers and sisters going hungry. I must return the heartstring as soon as I can, for their sakes. I wish to bring back their smiles and make them feel safe again, just as we did for that young boy. In any case, thank you for listening. Thinking of home puts me in good spirits. As long as I can remember who and what I'm here for, I'll be alright. No, wait. But I've kept you long enough. I think it's time we made our way back to Limsa, don't you? Sure. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum. This was very short. Was this it? Seriously? Just a quick little chitty chat? Is that all the 94 quests are? Just a quick little chat? I can't can't be it, can it? I guess the last time we did it, we did do 2 sets. We did 90 and 92 because we couldn't pick them up until 92, or it didn't unlock until 92. But then the actual quests themselves started at 90, so that was interesting. Anyway, this was a much needed reprieve, but we'll need to plan for our next destination, and soon. Well now, fancy meeting you here. It's good to see you two again. What brings you to Limsa Lominsa? The guys we saved. Oh, nothing important really. Just a bit of restocking before our next job. We happened to spot you along the way. Didn't want to miss the opportunity to greet our heroes. Our client arrived to Swiftperch in one piece. Bah. I know how to talk, I swear. Our client arrived to Swiftperch. There's something about the sequence of words that is messing me up here. Our client arrived to Swiftperch in one piece, thanks to you and your timely assistance. Indeed. While I regret that you had to see us in such a pitiable state, we're both grateful for your aid. Hey, you're welcome. From one healer to another. I'm always resing dead bodies, and not just because of the achievement, although also partially for the achievement. If I see you and you're dead, I'm going to cast Raise on you. When last we met, you spoke of pursuing those 2 charlatans, did you not? Yes, that's right. They've stolen a precious heirloom from my village, so I'm doing everything in my power to return it to its rightful place. Ah, so that's the way of it. Bombastic as those 2 were, we've not seen hide nor hair of them in Aleport since. No word of any incidents like ours either. I have a feeling they won't stay in the shadows for long. We sniff out any suspicious incidents while we're out and about, keep you informed. Won't say no to some extra pair of eyes around the island. I've made my base of operations here in the city, so if you hear even a peep about a poisoning, you know where to find us. See you later. Well, we may not have found any leads on Elaret, but I'm glad we had a chance to chat. And with Lislam and Zerrig on our side, things are looking up. For now, I'll keep in touch with our newfound allies. Should I hear any news on our culprits, I'll be sure to let you know. How are you gonna find me, though? Because I always have to come to you, and you'll be like, I've been looking everywhere for you! And it's like, why didn't we just exchange contact information? Alright, so the next one should be 96, right? Yep, okay. Cool. Alright. On to the next one, which let's do, well, we'll go kind of in order here. So the next one should be in Foundation. What's this one? Tank? Not melee. I don't think Dragoon was in. It had to be either tank or ranged physical. I actually don't remember which one. We'll figure it out. Tank. I was right. Look at my tank lamb. It's from the dungeon, the Donger. Tank's got a tank. Ooh, look at this. Ooh, that's shiny. Oh, that's kind of. I like this. This is cool. That look great. That's going in the glam chest later. Oh, almost out of room though. Need more glam. The pains. We add so much gear and then no space to put it. Alright. Between sleep and death. Tentoa? I got more lessons listening to other people how to pronounce things that have been playing in English. And like the taco place, the T might be a CH. So I'm learning. Figuring this shit out. It's not super obvious if you're not familiar with the language. What are you gonna do? Anyway, Tentoa has a worried expression on his face. Ah, just the person I wanted to see. I'd like to ask your advice on a certain matter if you don't mind. It's been a while since my last letter to Lozanique. Loa. I wanted to wait until I discovered something worth sharing to writer, but we're still completely in the dark. I don't want her to worry, but I don't know what to tell her. Tell her you're in good spirits, that'll suffice. Whatever you write, don't make her wait too long. Just tell her you're doing fine. That's all she wants to know. You might be right. Silence might make her think that something terrible has happened. Alright, I'll start right away. I may not have much time left. Oh, don't misunderstand. It's nothing so grave as that. It's just... the last time I used the cradle was just before it was stolen. Luckily, I'm still as alert as I've ever been, but it won't be long until I must dream like any other. That will give Leofine free rein when I'm helpless in bed. There's no quarry more dangerous than one who doesn't sleep. We have to see this through before that happens. Mistress Parfait, Master Tentoa, we received reports that groups of Temple Knights have fallen afoul of what can only be your stolen artifact. I'm trying to remember what they sounded like, okay? Several. Let me guess, they were all guarding someone. You would be correct. It is the duty of a knight to protect those who cannot protect themselves. If we fail at even the most basic function, then our honor means nothing. As if the incident near Camp Dragonhead was not shameful enough, the knights in these most recent attacks were left in quite compromising positions. Explain! Do tell! What do you mean, compromising? That could be a lot of things. Really depends on where your mind goes with that. There is a pretty far range. That's not that bad. That's just them Oh. Art! You know what? If I could dick around with sleeping people, I'd probably pose them too. Let's be real. If you had the power to do so, wouldn't you also pose a bunch of sleeping people to make it a little more entertaining for whoever finds them and wakes them up? I'd probably do it. I'm mischievous though. Yet the weight of the embarrassment is a trifle compared to the guilt we would bear if any innocent came to harm. The Fury was merciful in that respect, but we would rather not see these incidents repeat. Still, while the Temple Knights must work to repair their reputation in the days ahead, it is a far cry from bringing Ishgard crumbling to its knees. Truth be told, the methods of this passage of the Unbound leave me mystified. But Leofine was cunning, if nothing else. Till we can discern her true motivations, we have little recourse but to wait until she makes a mistake. Perhaps she gets her jollies seeing people humiliated. She may be testing the limits of the artifact's power. Why can't they both be true? I think they're both true. Probably testing the limits, but also having a little fun. And you suggest she has greater purpose in mind for it, and these incidents are simply a prelude? Cannot discount that theory, I admit. Shall remain vigilant. I mean, yeah, she's definitely dicking with you and working up to something. I don't think she only took it for pranks. She seems like a bad person. There's no telling how much chaos she can sow if left unchecked. We have to do everything we can to get the cradle out of her clutches. To do that, I have to start asking the right questions. This new information makes me wonder, why has she focused her attention on the Temple Knights? Because she got kicked out of them? I thought that was obvious. I have pondered the same. Posted at Camp Dragonhead are knights from many houses of repute, including House Fortemps. Being a former Temple Knight herself, Leofine doubtless knows their habits and training. Perhaps that makes it easier for her to exploit their weaknesses. I still think it's revenge. I think we should look into what exactly happened in the events leading up to her getting fired. Who she knew, what the details were. If there was anyone in particular, she is probably higher up, that she may specifically want revenge against. And if we follow the knights, we may pick up her trail. It's not ideal, but it's the best we have to go on. Well, a large contingent of knights has but recently been dispatched to Querthus. Remember Gorgane Mills, yes? It has lain abandoned ever since the heretics were driven from it. Yet there is ever the risk that unsavory elements might infest it once again. Thus have the Temple Knights planned joint patrols out of its premises with other contingents. If you speak with Sir Redwald at Falcon's Nest, I am certain he would be glad to have you along. All right, Falcon's Nest, let's go. Yeah. I think this is a newbie. Someone going through Heavensward for the first time? Cute! Oh, little baby. Is that Mistress Parfait, I see? Of course, you're ever welcome in Falcon's Nest. Yet I believe I do not know your companion here. He's searching for an artifact. I'm helping him out. We gotta go to the mills. You see that contingent and talk to them, make sure they're okay. Indeed, whispers of the Temple Knight's humiliations have reached us even here. Falling asleep while on duty. I dared not believe the stories, but it seems there was truth in them after all. I fell asleep, true, but it wasn't their fault. We suspect they fell victim to an enemy. Ow, shit. Sorry, hit the mic. We suspect they fell victim to an enemy wielding a powerful artifact. Now the rumors fail to mention anything like that. If it can lull even trained warriors to sleep, then we must treat it as a serious threat. I thought they spread this information. The fuck? Nevertheless, if one knight falls, another's always ready to take their place. So long as this artifact cannot put an entire regiment under its spells, I believe we are well positioned to combat it. Oh, she's probably working her way up to that. Interesting. The idea of your allies falling in battle doesn't even seem to disturb you at all. Where I hail from, a single warrior is responsible for the safety of his entire village. Yeah, that's called having a backup plan, which is the smart and safe thing to do. Also, I still think it's super weird that they rely on only one person to absorb his need for sleep. And also weird that they just can't be awake at the same time, because you only need to sleep for 8 hours, which at most, well, yeah, I mean, on average, only 8 hours, which is only a third of the day. So what do they do with the other third of the day when their time should overlap? That's weird. Technicalities. Make no mistake, we do not doubt your allies' mettle, and we mourn every loss. Yet each man and woman here knows that if they must quit the battle, another sword just as fierce will take their place. To know that an ally is at your back would allow you to fight with abandon. They do sometimes. Now, you believe this Leofine might take an interest in our activities at the Gorgane Mills, yes? A party has already left, accompanied by a group of Temple Knights. Sorry, I'm like... That's my chair. There we go. Your suspicions are correct, then they are at risk. I would ask that you follow in their attacks and ensure they have not fallen victim to foul play. The mills can be found to the north, just across the Black Iron Bridge. The party should be arriving there soon, conditions permitting. Do you want to take my car? I have a car. We could just drive there. I have to reach them before Leofiend does. We should take my car! I only hope that all is well, but having you there would do much to set my heart at ease. I have a car, but alright. Oh, we're taking the scree. Ooh, I have not been back here. Whoa, this looks great. It used to be like a duller blue and definitely less shiny. This looks like it was like a bit more icy before, to be fair. So it was like kind of like thematically appropriate, and this looks like more like a water crystal because it looks very wet. The shine on it is very wet. But it looks really pretty. Okay, my outfit's very appropriate for this. Hee, it's so cute. Look at him. Scree! I love him. I've not heard this music in a while. It's kind of nice to listen to. Oh, these dudes are hecka asleep. We're too late. They're fast asleep. But Redwald gave the impression that we're more. These knights must have been on the lookouts. We should awaken them, but keep your eyes peeled for Leofiend. I'll rouse these ones. Kitameki, you search that building yonder. They haven't been left in embarrassing positions, but this bears Leofiend's mark all the same. I'll rouse this lot awake. Kitameki, you search that building over there. Mean the same building that I chased the heretics out of. Like, why would you not just, like, I don't know, station people here? For some reason I thought the door was on the side, but okay. Who the hells are you? How'd you get past the guards? Who the hells am I? Who the hells are you? Well, let me wait for this poor child to finish what they're doing. I don't want them to see what's going on my screen. Not my screen, like with my mobs. They should enter a cutscene soon. Or not. Okay, they're leaving. Alright, safely cleared out. Hey buddy, you alright? It's you! Thank the Fury you arrived when you did. Those thugs struck our backs when we returned. I assumed the Temple Knights were protecting the entrance, so I wasn't as cautious as I should have been. Were they killed? Nah, they just sleeping. They're good though. Sleeping? I heard the stories, of course, but I didn't think they were true. Whoever is behind this, I'm sure they didn't count on you showing up. For now, we shall tend to our wounds and then finish our inspection here. Mistress Parfait? I ask that you join the knights outside and wait until we're finished. legs must be cold, but that's fine. Oh! Are we confronting? Aha. Oh, she's unhinged as fuck, yeah. Menacing. Ha! As I thought! Just when I was becoming bored, I sighted a familiar face among these slumbering knights. I simply had to come and make sure it was you. You finally found the courage to show yourself. Hand over the cradle now and I won't kill you. You just jump straight up. All right. What did they call you again? The Wide Eye. You must have had quite the journey to come this far. Leave him alone. Careful, Kirameki. This is our quarry. The thief who stole the cradle of the sleepless. This is Leofine. I can take her. That is your ally? Where their nimble hands, they must seek your artifact for themselves. It matters not, I suppose. Before you both throw your lives away, I suggest you think for a moment. Is the cause you fight for worth the sacrifice? So few of us know true freedom. If there is aught you would grasp with your own hands, do so before they wither and your eyes shut for the last time. The code and rules that would bind men are mere illusions. Open your eyes, truly open them, and you shall see a path all of your own. Only a fool would waste their life in a struggle of another. Quit spouting nonsense. Nonsense? Perhaps I am here because of another, after all. A Pial who came to me at the height of my debauchery and welcomed me into her devious brotherhood. She guided me to great power, yes, and now I lead others upon the unbound path. Yet truth be told, I have little interest in seeing where it ends. To tear down the world's nations, Ishgard among them, and usher the world unto... Oh, well, what does it matter? Yet I do derive great pleasure in shaming the Temple Knights, and seeing the snickers and jeers deflate their pompous stride as they walk down the streets. If this artifact can hasten their fall from grace, I believe I shall keep it. I know the path I walk, the one that leads to your downfall! And I won't abandon it. I'll take the cradle back. And then I'll... No. Oh, you got sleeped. What a funny little narwhal. Oh dear, you seem to have lost your train of thought. I know you cannot hear me, but if you want your artifact back, I might suggest stealing it from me while I'm asleep. But considering the burden I have just passed to you, that opportunity may not come for some time yet. Why, I feel absolutely transcendent to think the shackles of fatigue weighed so heavily. Alas, it appears the artifact needs its own repose of sorts. No matter. I have learned more than enough to take my next step. See to it that this lot is disposed of. Just the least you can do for the freedom I have given you. Come at me, come at me, come at me, come at me. Those dudes are just big chilling over there. Easy peasy. Buddy, get up. Wakey wakey. Try as you might to rouse Tentoa, he seems completely detached from the waking world. Oh, well that's not good. I'm gonna cart his ass back to Ishgard. You guys carry him? I don't want to carry him. I mean, I could just shove him in my car, but like, you know. Looks like you saved us twice today. Thank you. But what of him? Can you please get him back to the city? Fast asleep, just as we were. Could this be what Sir Firmalber warned us of in his report? Yes, exactly. Why don't you guys take shit seriously? I see. And those stories are more than just wicked rumors. I suppose there is some small comfort in the fact that our enemy tipped their hand without causing loss of life. Oh, the drowsiness made my eyes heavy. My ears could not mistake Leofine's arrogant voice. She would not scruple to attack former comrades in arms, and she has fallen farther than I dared imagine. We bear the blame for allowing her to get the upper hand, and in so doing, put innocent lives in danger. Another black mark on our order. It was only thanks to you and your companion's efforts that the snow was not stained red this day. At the very least, allow us to carry him to the congregation. Oh. You guys want to go to the okay, I guess that's closer technically, so that's probably better. Our work here is done, so we shall accompany them as far as Falcon's Nest. Kinemeki, please return to Ishgard and look after your friend. So you're gonna... Well, I guess they're bringing him to the congregation, and then the congregation will bring him back to Ishgard? And they got a couple levels to figure it out. Let's go make our report. It did not go well. Full glad am I to see you well, Mistress Parfait. And I understand you come fresh from an encounter with none other than Leofiene. Master Tentoa now rests on the second floor. We shall stand vigil by his side. Oh wait, this is the congregation. I was thinking of the, that spot in the middle of, Western Corthus, where they get ready to fight dragons. That place also begins with a C. I just can't remember the name off the top of my head right now. Anyway. Master Tentoa now rests on the second floor. We shall stand by his vigil We shall stand Reset. We shall stand vigil by his side every moment until he opens his eyes again. We should not have to wait long, but if you wish to check on him, please do so at your leisure. There's another matter to discuss. Just before your departure to Gorgain Mills, it seems there was another incident. A group of criminals were released from their cells, their guards found in a deep sleep. Doubtless Leofiene was behind this. And doubtless the ruffians you clashed with were these self-same criminals. Leofiene is gathering those who bear a grudge against the Temple Knights to her side, and using this animosity to her advantage. We now know for certain that Leofiene is the mastermind of these attacks, and her aim is to chip away at the very foundation of the Temple Knights, our honor. When I shared these revelations with my superiors, it was decided that none would speak publicly of this artifact and its powers. To not incite panic, or to like not add her more allies who resent the Temple Knights. Probably a little column A, a little column B, some other stuff too, similar. Anyway, the passage of the Unbound seeks to overthrow the nations of the world. One obvious method to achieve this goal would be to stoke the flames of unrest among the common folk, thus sinking Ishgard into a mire of chaos and distrust. Not unlike the blasphemies of the final days. Call back to Endwalker. So long as these failures are placed squarely on the shoulders of the Temple Knights, we can avoid fomenting a more abiding mistrust in the nation's very core. For Ishgard's peace, I would gladly suffer any disgrace. Question remains as to whether we can apprehend Leofine before she tears our reputation to tatters. While Master Tentoa slumbers, it falls to us to search for clues that might point toward her whereabouts. Can I go see him? No? Alright, it's just quest only. Alright, well. Okay, next I believe... Answer. I think we're going to Balger's Reach. Bam. Crap. We're at the Port of Pretoria. I wish I could remember where this quest was. Aha! Success. Oh, here you are. Sitolja. Yeah, that's right. Take me to your leader! Sitolja is patiently waiting for the resistance to finish interrogating the captured highwaymen.
At a guess, I'd say the resistance had been interrogating the captured highwaymen for long enough to get some answers from them. With any luck, we may even learn more about where we can find Sheltofeet. I'm sure the commander's as eager as we to put a stop to his misdeeds. Let's go and see if she's unearthed any useful information. The London Bridge is falling down.
Hi, Commander.
Hello.
I was just about to send someone for you. Glad he could save me the bother. I have a favor to ask of you both. I'm going to let the criminal walk free, and I want you to follow him. You see, our questioning has revealed that the bandits are indeed working with Sheltofeet. If we can cut one of them loose, he might lead us straight to their den. But if the mission fails and you're discovered, you may find yourselves confronted with an untold number of outlaws. Not an issue. We're fine. I just barely survived a fate getting mobbed by like 6 different dudes because dancer AoE. AoE all the time. You dance and it's AoE only. And you're like, well, I didn't mean to aggro all of you, but now I gotta try to live. Don't kill me. Anyway, we'll be okay. Of course, I considered sending my own men, but I suspect that by now the bandits know our faces. After Kirameki's little display in the gully, I'm sure she can handle whatever trouble may come her way. You know, I have a reputation with you. You should know by now I can handle myself very well. I freed you. I liberated your country.
I'll go with her. If this really does lead us to Sheltofeet, I need to be there when we find him.
Very well, but if it comes to a fight, you stay behind Kitameki, understood? I'll have the suspect brought over now. But remember what I said, and stay out of sight until he leaves. Don't look at me like that. I said I'm sorry, didn't I? Aye, that you did. Several times. And as much as it galls me, there's no evidence to contradict your claim that you were acting in self-defense, nor is there tangible proof of any other wrongdoing. No choice but to let you go. You have somewhere to go, I presume? Well, I suppose I can find work loading caravans in Alagiri. Seems as good a fit as any for making seems as good as a place as any for making a quick I mean, turning over a new leaf. This dude's shady forever. Look at him wring his hands. And that case, I'll have you escorted there. But you'd best keep your nose clean, or we'll come down on you like a tons of bricks. Turn over a new leaf, my arse. He'll be back among his thieving mates before long, and you'll be right there behind him. For now, all we need to know is the location of their den. Do not attempt to approach the suspects. I'll send word ahead to Alagiri. Once you have the information we need, report to the troops stationed there.
This is the chance we've been waiting for. Let's go.
Alright, we're going to Alagiri.
There he is. So much for finding work in Alagiri. He only just arrived and he's already leaving town.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what you expected. All he had to do was wait until the gods are gone, once they've escorted him here, and then he's gonna go back to his mates.
Now comes the tricky part. Keeping our eyes on him and his eyes off us. Stick close, but not too close.
Are you gonna make me fucking follow this dude?
I hate that.
It is a little bit better. But also not better in other ways. Lord. Did I fail to get... Yeah. Alright, well... Want to make sure I ain't being followed.
Can't see me, I'm behind a rock.
Better have a look around first. I know it doesn't sound like that, I'm just... Oh, what a pretty stone, but it's worth a gill or two.
Fuck yeah!
I found a pretty rock. Which way was it? Left, I think. I'm like, you better not fucking start walking the opposite direction, because that'd be pretty fucked up. Look at Cetal Jaw just being like, not even giving a shit. Really make me circle the whole goddamn rock? Better have a look around. Looks like I'm not being followed. I could have sworn I heard something. You didn't hear shit, dude.
You won't be able to spot us if we keep hidden.
Look, don't mind my bird. It's just a chocobo here. Hang on, what happened to the others who got caught?
Not my problem, I suppose. Time to head back.
What, are we done? Oh. Go to the tree. Got it. I'm like, he ain't moving. We're so inconspicuous behind this rubble.
Those are the merchants we met at Porta Pretoria.
Trying to remember what he sounded like. Hold on. Fuck, I don't remember. We'll do a rest. So, they just let you go out of the kindness in their hearts, is that? Not only that, but you came crawling straight back here, leading whoever they sent to track you right to our doorstep. Oh, I swear it, nobody followed me. Soldiers took me as far as Alagiri, and then I went back the way they came. I made sure they were specks in the distance before I could set foot outside of the town. I suppose I've no choice but to take you at your word. Not that it's worth much. Well, now that this little charade is at an end, let us change into something a little less drab. Sholto feet. Why'd you make us fight that woman without the blessing? She could have killed a lot of us without breaking a sweat. A mere oversight, that is all. It pains me to admit, even with the invulnerability granted by the artifact, the likes of us are ever at the mercy of the truly powerful. I never expected that mumbled jaw wretch to hire a warrior of such caliber to retrieve the vessel. Pox on those interfering nincompoops. Hey! Rude? How dare you? Oh, but the mumbled jaw girl didn't seem a bad sort. Naive maybe, but it's plain that her heart's in the right place. You are truly pathetic. Not only did you fail miserably, but now you're sympathizing with the enemy? Give me one good reason why I shouldn't rid myself of you permanently. No, please, we owe you everything, Shuttlefeed. Without you, we're nothing.
We were all in on this from the beginning, with Shuttlefeet pulling the strings. If this is how he treats his friends, imagine what he'd do to his enemies.
Caught red-handed. You couldn't stay away, could you? Whoopsies! What? Imbecile, you led them right to us! Uncle Ja, eliminate this vermin!
Let me handle this, Kirameki. You are from Tyrol, working here as a mercenary, yes? The ones who hired you stole the Steelhog vessel from my village. I need its blessing to stand a chance against the beasts of the forest. I can't return home without the vessel.
Neither you return home empty-handed, or you won't be returning at all. I'd rather not harm a fellow Tyrali, so get out of here before I change my mind. I've bought enough time by listening to your blathering. Don't let me catch you sniffing around our tails.
Shuttlefeet and his underlings are out of sight. I thought I could make that cockle jaw see sense, but he was clearly in no mood to listen. I'd say our best option is to report to the resistance members in Alagiri and share what we've learned.
Ooh, this is crazy neat. Look at this. This giant crystal. Damn, this looks good. I wish they would let me walk on it, though. Like, this would make an excellent sightseeing point.
I went ahead and gave my account, though I expect you'd like to hear yours as well.
Regardless of how things turned out, we appreciate your cooperation in the investigation. The information you provided has certainly given us a lot to consider. From what I hear, you almost came to blows with the Mammel-Jaw sellsword, or cell axe, I suppose. I'm glad that it didn't come to violence, especially given the power these bandits have at their disposal. Even so, we thank you for braving such a dangerous mission.
No thanks are needed. We're just as much a part of this investigation as the Resistance. And I'm sure we can all agree we'll need to work together to take down Shuttlefeet and his gang. Their performance at Porta Praetoria showed just how cunning they are.
That I disagree. Respectfully, I disagree. But I'm gonna go along with it for the ride. It would seem so, yes. I'm told their little act was most convincing. I'll be sure to warn my comrades again against any similar shenanigans. As for the two of you, be careful out there.
All things considered, I'd say that went fairly well. Shuttlefeet used the same trick as the time he came to my village, namely posing as a simple trader when he's in fact a dastardly thief. Still, not even the most skilled actor could fake the fear in his men's eyes. It appears that Shuttlefeet has complete control over them, and they are powerless to resist. The only one who doesn't seem afraid of him is Cockle Jaw. He even let us go when he had no obligation to do so. I think that if we had the chance to talk, we might find some common ground.
Yeah, I get that feeling too. Seems like wishful thinking to me. I'm sure he's got his reasons. He didn't seem like... He really did seem like hesitant to fight a fellow Tyrali. So there's probably something that, like, driving him that where, like, he has to go along with this. Like, maybe he needs the money for some reason. We could probably figure it out. We gotta be careful about it. Like, don't just... Time and place. We gotta choose our words wisely. But I'm pretty sure we can figure something out.
I knew you would. I've never been much of a fighter, but I make up for it in other ways. I'm a fairly good judge of character, for one. For most of my life, I've lived in a remote village deep in the forest. I had hardly any contact with the outside world, so the thought of talking to strangers was quite daunting at first. But over the course of my journey, I've traveled through all kinds of places. There's one thing I've learned, it's this. Wherever you go, people are people. In the end, our cultures and the places where we grew up don't make that big of a difference. None of us are perfect, and we each have our faults. And even if it's harder to find in some than others, I believe there's good in all of us.
Oh, she's a sweetheart. I like her.
That's why I hope we have another chance to speak with the thieves and Kakulja. Certainly not strong enough to beat any sense into him, so I'll try talking some sense into him instead. Having said, well, all of that, I can't feel even a shred of goodness in that shuttle feet. Maybe I'm not looking hard enough, or perhaps violence is the only language he understands. Things might get a little rough before he's willing to listen. Anyway, we can save him for last. I'll try thinking of a way to reach out to the other members of the gang. Give me a little time, would you?
Sure. Alright. Next up is Kugane. Or are we at the Ruby Price now? No, I think we're at Kugane. Bum 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 ba da 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 da. Yep, that's it. Dragoon! Whee! Oh. Ah, that's right, Itoka. Hey girl. Itoka appears to have found a new lead! Hey, good for you.
Wonderful, you're here! Ever since that incident in the Ruby Sea, I've kept a line of communication with the Confederacy, and they just reported something you'll be interested to hear. Apparently, a man impersonating Distinguished Lord of Doma was recently exposed.
Someone tried to impersonate Hien? Fucking dumbass.
One of the Lord's retainers saw through the Pretender's facade while he was attempting to stir up trouble in the Doman Enclave.
We're gonna go see Hien. This is gonna be great.
The imposter then reportedly transformed into a hawk and fled.
I'm pretty sure Yugiri is gonna be pissed.
Clearly, our quarry now rests in Doma. I'd like to resume our hunt immediately, but I'm not sure where he may go after his failure in the Enclave. Do any locations come to mind?
Namai? I don't know. Yeah.
A town in Yansha called Namai, you say? That sounds promising. The extent of your knowledge is truly remarkable, Kinameki.
Look, I've been around.
Then, without further ado, let's make our way there and see if the residents have noticed any unusual activity.
I know a couple people there. And also, it's really close to something else. The House of the Fierce. Hey, Betty. Have there been any quarrels of late? Why, yes, actually. Just the other day, the two of us were at each other's throats over a persimmon. She was only supposed to eat half, but she went and gobbled the whole damn thing! In the end, she purchased this one by way of apology. So, I let bygones be bygones. What's that? This isn't the sort of quarrel you're speaking of? Trouble? None that I can think of. For a blessing, all has been peaceful. Hey, Toka.
People of this village live hand in hand with nature. Reminds me of home.
Oh, you sweet little dearie. Where is... Oh, they're down there. Okay. Whee! By the Kami's grace, our quaint village has not seen strife since the Imperials were ousted. There's been news, however, of a man impersonating Lord Hien at the Enclave. As I'm told, when Lord Hien voiced intentions to invade Nagsha, all present grew wary of the individual. None more so than Lady Ugiri, who saw through the farce immediately. After he was exposed, the villain fled the scene with haste. Fortunately, efforts to find him have not borne fruit.
Lord Hien's no warmonger. We're fortunate indeed that Lady Ugiri was there to thwart the imposters' efforts before they could gain momentum. I should probably do a second talk to this guy and the other guy. Because I forgot. And what sort of quarrels were you inquiring about? Look, just don't worry about it, dude. It's all we can do to hold on to peace while it lasts. None of the residents I spoke with reported anything out of the ordinary. How did you fare?
Nope, nothing. Wanna go check the House of the Fierce?
It seems the villain's not here. Where might he have gone?
Huh? What are you doing here?
A friend of yours?
I don't know. Don't hang your head like we're strangers. We met just moments ago, remember? You asked me how to reach the House of the Fierce. Aw, motherfucker. How dare somebody impersonate me? Good grief, lass. You're not lost, are you? I can understand your embarrassment, but I'll tell you the way again. Listen carefully now. Follow the descending paths leading north out of the village until you see a small pond. Then simply dive in and swim. The House of the Fierce will be on the other side.
Could he have impersonated you this time? This doesn't bode well. We must hurry. Son of a bitch.
How fucking dare you? Nobody impersonates me!
Much obliged, sir.
I will not stand for this. No, the bus wore off. I should probably refresh those. Well, I'll do it later. We're not leveling right now. Nobody's leveling right now. Are you fucking kidding me? You're outside. You didn't actually come in. Alright, let me out. Yeah, I'm heading out.
How far must we swim to reach this place? I dare say my days spent in the lakes back home are about to come in handy.
It's not far. Oi! My friends! It's come to my attention that the Khan of Azim Stepp's mighty Oranir tribe conspires in the shadows to invade Doma. We must not give them the chance. Invasion would mean all-out war. There's only one solution. Under the cover of darkness, you must assassinate the Khan. Only with his death can this crisis be averted. Don't do it! It's not me! Tell him to shut the fuck up.
I grow weary.
Perhaps I should observe my targets more carefully. Oh, with all due respect, these allegations must be brought before Lord Hien. It is imperative we receive his instruction before acting. I would be playing right into the Oranir's hands. After all, an imposter disguised as Lord Hien was but recently exposed. An Oranir spy, there can be no question. How long am I gonna let this fucking son of a bitch talk? Using my mouth. That's rude. I'd just be like, shut the fuck up right now. Or like, I would be jumping on him immediately. I miss Spine Shatter Dive. Perfect time to use it. They took away Dragoon jumps. How could you do that? Squeenix? Yoshida. Hey. Give me back my jump. It's less satisfying that it does damage, but it's even more infuriating that it is a dash and not another jump. The whole thing is that Dragoons like to jump. Why would you do that? Why would you take away the jump? I don't want to dash at an enemy. I want to jump on them. The spy has fled. Their whereabouts unknown. They could be anyone and anywhere, weaving new schemes even as we speak. Decisive action must be taken. That's why I came to you. So the impersonation of Lord Hien was but a part of the Orinier's grand scheme? But why would those who fought alongside us for Doma's liberation conspire to invade? Forgive me, but you do not seem yourself, Kitameki. Something isn't right. Cause I'm desperate! A shadow looms over Doma, and only with your help can I cast away its dark pall. Please, lend me your strength. Don't talk like that, you're dumb. Our honored friend Kitameki risked life and limb to see Doma free, yet you address her with suspicion and doubt. If she says we must act first to prevent greater bloodshed, then we must act. If it is true that she has never led us astray, don't do it! You fucking assholes. Brothers and sisters, let us join hands with Kitameki once more to drive back the shadows rising over Doma. Can you just like fucking turn around? Why are we letting him talk? What is the meaning of this? It's that infernal Orinir spy! Quickly, kill her before she can escape! You sound nothing like me, you idiot. Your charade ends here! It's you! Ah, such persistent vermin! You're not getting away this time! You're really bad at this. You're really bad. Do you sure you don't want me to switch to Bard? I can hit him. Are you truly the foremost hunter of your village? The problem appears to be your aim, not the bow. Are you really the best hunter? Pathetic. You're nothing like that other girl. What was her name? Ah, yes, Itoka. She was fearsome. She was fearsome, that one. Right up until the moment I drove my blade into her back. Oh, you're not Itoka? What is this? Don't tell me you've been masquerading around as Itoka herself. After all, that would make you no better than me! Hiding behind the name of another won't erase the blame you bear for everything that happened. So, what's that about? I'm sorry. I swear I'll explain everything to you later. For now, we should apprise these men and women of the situation. Think he can transform into anyone. A truly fearsome ability. I shall alert Lord Hien to this threat immediately. Rest assured that all of Doma will be on alert. I was completely fooled. I have no words to express my shame. Upon speaking with you again, I realized though the imposter assumed your guise, yet neither your spirit nor your grace. Thank you! Forgive me. I will not fall for such a farce again. I have a word? The man impersonating you earlier, I'd recognize his face anywhere. Without a doubt, he is Samidare, a childhood friend.
You know him? Please, you must tell us everything.
I have known Samidare my entire life. We learned the shinobi arts together, you see. Roughly 25 years ago, we engaged in our first battle as proud ninja, defending Doma against the Empire's invasion. With every fiber in our body, we met their mighty Magitech with nimble ninjutsu. As if moved by resolve, the mighty auspice and guardian of Doma, Tomama Gozen, appeared on the field of battle to aid our cause. Yet, our efforts were for naught. The Empire's might fell upon Doma like a hammer, and we were crushed beneath their overwhelming force. The occupation began soon thereafter, and so too did my work from the shadows. When I devoted myself to resisting the Empire in secret, Samidare was conscripted to their army and forced to become an Imperial spy. I understand he served them well, fanning the flames of war in faraway lands through rumor and manipulation. Indeed, as far back as I can recall, Samidare had ever excelled in the skill of subterfuge. It was only after the prisoner exchange that he returned to Doma at long last, but he was a changed man. He could find no joy or solace in the peace he once fought to secure for our nation. Instead, he sought to disrupt it. War has taught me the truth of this world. Civility is but a facade to hide the man's savagery. And I'll prove it here in dear, dear Doma. Fool I am, I thought he was jesting. Only later, when I discovered the web of lies he'd spun to turn folk against one another, did I realize he meant every word. I tried to confront him, but he fled Doma before I had a chance. Nevertheless, I searched his home afterwards, and discovered a missive from an organization called the Passage of the Unbound. I have it with me here. Dear illustrious Samidare, we extend our deepest gratitude for your interest in joining the Passage of the Unbound. With each passing day, our secret order draws closer to its goals, and we shall require exceptional talent for what lies ahead. Bearing these needs in mind, we have decided to welcome you into the fold. To celebrate the start of an auspicious future together, we invite you to meet your colleagues in Tuliolal, and have enclosed your ticket within. Exceptional talent? Exceptional egos, more like. The Passage of the Unbound kept a watchful eye on nations far and wide to recruit cutthroats like Samidare, who only follow their own desires. Upon his arrival in Tiral, Samidare's ambitions guided him to my home, where he stole the Dreamweave cocoon and set out to use it for his own twisted ends. I'm afraid that appears to be the way of it. In all likelihood, it is the Passage of the Unbound which alerted him to the Dreamweave cocoon's existence. Today, Samidare attempted to incite war between Doma and the Azim Steppe by wearing the face of our dearest ally, you. Your timely appearance prevented the worst from happening, but so long as he can enter his form and alter his form and faces at will, you can say what tomorrow may bring. His years as a secret operative have made him a master at reading people. Should he decide to study his target before taking their form, I fear his schemes may not be discovered until it's already too late. Please be careful. May the Kami bless and keep you. Attempting to find Samidare now would be a fruitless endeavor. He could be any bird in the sky or any beast roaming the wild. Let us return to Kugane. We'll reveal everything to you there. I promise.
grateful for your help today. Once again, I let our prey slip away. The only silver lining is that we know who he is now. More importantly, I apologize for deceiving you. As Samidara said, I'm not the greatest hunter of my home. I'm not Itoka. I'm Koiki. I hail from the same village as Itoka, and I too am a hunter, but only in name. You've seen my aim for yourself. The most shameful of all is that it's my fault the Dreamweave cocoon was stolen. Normally it is enshrined in the deepest recesses of our home. Only Itoka had leave to wield it. The forest provides shelter and sustenance to many, and not all we share its bounty with are friendly. When great beasts threaten our home, the cocoon's power may be used to protect our lives. Yet I used it for my own foolish desires. I couldn't take it anymore. I was a hunter, yet I could barely catch prey large enough to feed myself. I was forced to wash clothes, prepare meals, and tune bows. Just once I wanted to be acknowledged. I wanted to feel pride. So I used the cocoon's power to transform myself into Itoka. With her dexterity and finesse, I finally caught prey befitting a true hunter. As I carried my prize home, he appeared. I found him collapsed in the middle of a beaten path. I never had reason to mistrust someone before, so I approached to nurse his wounds. Yet the moment I drew close, he knocked the cocoon from my grasp and struck me unconscious. He was long gone by the time I awoke. I confessed my sin to the village elder, and in her boundless grace she forgave me. But I could not forgive myself. I left home that very eve in secret to pursue the thief, all the way to Kugane. After several days of fruitlessly scouring the city, who should I see but Itoka? As our most exceptional hunter, it came as no surprise the elder had charged her with recovering the cocoon. She was astonished to see me, of course. I had told no one of my actions. I feared she would send me home, but when I expressed to her my shame, my anger, she consoled me and told me we would find the cocoon together. I was certain we would, until the day the duplicitous bastard killed her. You appeared soon after her passing. I thought, with someone as strong as you at my side, maybe I could avenge her. So I lied. Like Samidara said, I'm no better than he is. I'm an imposter. But my desire to reclaim the cocoon is every bit as strong as Itoka's was. I'm so sorry for lying to you, Kirameki. I hope that you can find it in your heart to forgive me and continue to aid me in reclaiming the Dreamweave cocoon. Thank you for telling me the truth. Of course I'll help. I had my suspicions, but I also had faith in you, and it's been rewarded. How could I say no? Thank you for telling me the truth. Of course I'll help. Thank you. And now with you at my side, I can keep my promise to Itoka. For now, I'll remain vigilant with any news regarding conflict in the region. Please do pay me a visit when you find a moment to spare. I'm counting on you.
Alrighty, okay, so next up, last but not least, that explains a lot. That's why she sucks. I'm just like, you want me to change into a bard? And it's because she is legitimately awful. Alright. I guess that's why you that's why you don't send a bard here. That's why you don't send ranged here, because ranged DPS would just be like, there's something wrong with you. Anyway, on to the next one, Turatsuhan. Last but not least is Caster. Oh wait, hold on. Then the village's name I can't pronounce. All right. Pinky. The seeds of popularity. Topiki is eager to share new developments in the search for the Justiciar.
Kitameki, I hope you've been well. Since last we spoke, the Justiciar has been busy felling fiends from all across Thavnair, leaving a trail of witnesses behind in his wake. More than a few have reported seeing stones falling from the sky, which all but confirms our theory that the treasure is causing the phenomenon. The stories share one more peculiar commonality. It seems the pests he hunts have all been of the seedkin variety. Why he avoids beasts of flesh and blood is yet a mystery. It bears mentioning that each of these eyewitnesses accounts came from people who were rescued by the Justiciar, who invariably appears just as these creatures attack. In fact, the Justiciar has been there to save the day in every single instance of the seedkin-related mischief. Awfully suspicious, if you ask me. And I'm not the only one who thinks so. Some among the Radiant hosts have suggested that the Justiciar is planning these assaults somehow, so he alone can reap the glory from thwarting them. I agree, and I think this should be our next avenue of investigation. Is that thing able to control the seedkin somehow? Or maybe he just has some other way to do it. Many of these incidents occurred near the Giant Skull grounds, so we should start our search there.
If we can find one of these monstrous plants before it finds hapless prey,
we may be able to shed light upon the Justiciar's methods. Time is of the essence, so let's leave at once.
Monkey see, monkey don't. It was not where I thought it was. Giant Skull, that's right. That's where they're farming stuff. I probably could have teleported, but that's okay. It's fine. We're almost there. Alrighty. Around here, huh? I thought for sure it'd be in the forest. Any moving bushes? Slithering vines? Not here in any case. Kirameki, I'll search the western path. Why don't you search east? I'll take west.
You see something? Don't strike to kill. Weaken it. Then capture it with this rope. We'll learn much more from a live specimen. Okie dokie. You see any moving things, sprouting leaves, flowers, or the like? Capture it with this rope and bring it here. Don't murder it. Do not commit the murder, but it's really easy for me to commit the murder. You're a Jamel, whatever. Oh, you're a little baby. While ropes aren't often used to capture plant life, sometimes there's only one tool available. Oh, we gotta, like, down it. Okay. Look, it's hard to tell. When you're doing fates, it's like, bring it, or, you know. Yeah, I think it's fates. When you're doing fates, they're like, bring it down to 30%. Go, go, Froggo Ranger. I brought a little moorball seedling. What did you find? I see plenty of fauna roaming about, but the florals seem to be the rooted to the ground type. Perhaps my hunch was incorrect. Oh no, I found one. Here you go. A captured moorball seedling. Not even an aurochs could break free from the knots binding this moorball seedling. Here you go. It has not yet developed its stanky breath, but I'm sure it will soon. You found one! In fact, this is exactly as an eyewitness described. Why don't you keep it for the time being? Bring it to the Great Work and I'll ask my acquaintance there to examine it with all haste. Hi, Cherry Cole. Draco, look, you're on the internet.
Sit down.
Baby, 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 baby.
Those are not my hands. What are you doing? What are you doing? You can stay here. Sit down. Chirico, you want to be on 2 cameras at the same time? Like, no? Good baby. Oh, bye baby. What am I doing? Oh, great work. That's right. Beaky. Nope, that's Carbuncle. That's Tabiki. The alchemist I spoke brief. This alchemist and I spoke briefly last time I was here. Give her the little seedkin you found and we'll see what she makes of it.
Mistress Tabiki told me what to expect. Well then, let's see the thing.
Here you go.
Oh, I didn't expect it to be so diminutive. If Mistress Tapiki's intuition is correct, then I expect some interesting discoveries are in store.
Why y'all gotta say diminutive all the time like it's a bad thing?
You've brought me quite the fascinating specimen indeed. I can say for certain this creature's growth isn't natural in the slightest. Biologically, it's still but a sapling, as you can tell by its size. Yet, it is the result of a specific alchemical mixture, which is used to spur the growth of seeds and mycelium to an unnatural degree. The agents have a side effect of making the creatures more aggressive, which explains why such a small specimen would so boldly attack beings larger than itself. Yet the solution requires ingredients most rare, and the cost of procuring enough to synthesize it would be beyond the means of most. So, whoever's behind this, they are likely well healed. As for the creatures themselves, if they were all grown artificially, perhaps that explains why most of the incidents involve small seedkin. Rather than wait for them to mature naturally, the Justiciar might have accelerated their growth so he could deploy huge numbers over a short span of time. In fact, his plan likely requires they be small, weak foes in order to guarantee his victory. After all, the great Justiciar can hardly be expected to bear the blemish of defeat. With these new details brought to light, it's almost certain he's staging these attacks on the common folk. Now we have a new perspective to guide our search. Perhaps you should return to Yedli Mud. I hear the Justiciar is the talk of the village, and they doubtless have stories to share. Splendid idea. Thank you. Your findings have brought us a step closer to unmasking that villain. Let's hurry to Yedli Mud. The more accounts we have of the Justiciar, the better our chance of predicting his next move. I only hope that my analysis aids you in finding the answers you seek.
Oh, don't worry, you're good. Hello, Alert Radiant. Rest assured, the Radiant hosts are well aware of the Justiciar. Every day we receive more reports of him combating beasts in the surrounding wilderness. These encounters are never on well-traveled roads, it seems. They occur in remote regions that we scarcely patrol, along routes that are only used by a small number of merchants and porters. We've concluded that the Justiciar either has uncommon knowledge of the behavioral patterns of these creatures, or that he keeps close company with a merchant who travels these obscure paths. Probably the latter, considering how he needs someone to bankroll him. Whatever the man's true motives may be, it's clear he has uncommon knowledge of the region and its wildlife. The question is, how exactly would he come to know such things? Somebody's bankrolling him. Or he's a merchant himself. A distrustful bastard. Enthused youth. Oh, you're hungry to learn more of the Justiciar? He's amazing. I was lucky enough to catch a glimpse of him on the road leading here, facing down a fearsome creature. I don't know how he did it, but he called down rocks from the sky to knock that thing flat. The Radiant hosts were away on patrol, so if he hadn't come up to the rescue, that brute would have marched right into our homes. He shouted that he was the savior of Radzat Han and even waved at me. Oh, he looks so impressive with the sun shining behind him. He looks so gallant standing over his fallen foe, waving at me with the sun at his back. You are a fucking simp. Hello, watchful man. Eh? Don't tell me you've come chasing that half-baked savior. The younglings might have taken by his honeyed words, but anyone with experience can see that he's nothing but a charlatan. And I have a story to prove it. Merchant I know took a tumble as he was transporting his goods. Not long after comes the Justiciar, looking chivalrous as you please in his shining armor. But did he offer a helping hand? No! He ran off with nary a glance backwards. He may go on about slaying bees, but a real hero would never ignore someone in need, even if they were just suffering from scraped knees and a bruised ego. What kind of hero would abandon a person in need? My friend is lucky his friends weren't worse, else he might have died there. Elefante. Bum 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 bum. Tameki, do you have a moment? I'm having a little trouble here. I sought this merchant out because I was told he dealt with the alchemists in the Great Work. I thought he might know something about the Justiciar, but when I asked, well, he's been like this ever since. Apologies, I was just, surprised that you would ask me about that madman. Oh, what connection could he possibly have with me? You're the fucking bankroller, aren't you? The fiends he fights are grown with rare alchemical materials, and we think he might be staging these encounters, so since you deal in such wares, I was wondered if you might know how he came into their possession. You're the supplier or the bankroller? I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I've never spoken to that man. I very much doubt that. Perhaps he'll be more receptive to questioning from you, Kitameki? Oh, don't worry, I'll get him. I'm intimidating as fuck. He seems to have intimate knowledge of the trade routes in alchemy. Who taught him, I wonder? Spit it out, you're working with him. I'll be a little less direct this time. Come now, any merchant with a nose for profit has good relations with the alchemists. By your way of thinking, any one of us could be in league with Virazon. Oh, who's Virazon? We didn't even tell you his name. How do you know the name? Virazon, you said. Who is that, may I ask? I didn't give you a name. Huh? Oh, what? Did I, no, that's my name. Don't make me bop you. I'd be a fool to continue this charade any longer. My son Virazon is the one you know as the Justiciar. Oh, you're the fucking dad. And also, you're a merchant, so he is rich. And you're technically bankrolling him. To be suddenly confronted with his litany of misdeeds, I quite lost my composure. You're his father? Do you know how he came into possession of such rare materials and knowledge? By being a son, duh. Aye, he stole them from me. My most valuable materials and my precious maps. Yet I was the one who chose to hide the fact and bear the blame for the consequences. What can you tell us about him as a person? Virazon was obsessed with tales of legendary heroes, even from a young age. I paid a great deal of money to have him tutored in the art of the bow. He became quite skilled at it, in fact, but not quite as skilled as his arrogance led him to believe. Due to this, and perhaps a lack of ambition, he never aspired to true greatness. Instead, he came to rely upon fanciful equipment and exotic potions rather than honing what skill he had. It pained me to see him fall into dissoluteness, but he would brook no counsel. So several years ago, I gave him enough coin to support his lavish lifestyle and told him never to speak with me again. He didn't, until but recently when he darkened my doorstep once more. And that's when he stole your goods? Although I would have willingly given them if he had but asked, he was rambling almost incoherently, saying that his heroic deeds as the justiciar had caught the eye of someone named Abyahi, leader of the Passage of the Unbound, whoever they were. He claimed that under the guidance of his newfound allies, he had obtained a great power enough to eclipse all heroes who come before and shall come after, as he put it. Seems he gives what money he still has to these people. I think that for all his fanciful words, he has only deigned to grasp at hollow glory, all at the expense of Rad's at hand. There's no greater shame as a father. Given what we know of the shadowy group, they most likely aim to sow discontent through Virazon's deeds. He may be so blinded by his own desire for adoration that he can't see whose hands are pulling the strings. You're saying that he's being used? If that's true, then I can no longer remain silent. Hey, Momo. Despite what shame it may bring, I see now that sharing my story may be the only way to save my son. Indeed, I suggest you tell the Radiant Host at once. Of course, we'll be pouring our every effort into stopping him. Thank you for giving me direction. I didn't imagine our meeting would end this way. Sorry, there's something really funny going on my other screen. Truth be told, I'm not entirely unsympathetic towards Virazon. I basked in my father's reflected glory while having none of my own to speak of. The glory Virazon seeks is similarly false. I too shall visit the Radiant Host and have them spread word of the Justiciar's true nature. If the people are wise to his trickery, they will be far more likely to aid us. They'll soon learn that a legend built on lies is no match for true heroism. Oh, he's a good boy. Almost very distracting. Okay. That is the end of our level 94 role quest. I think we'll actually stop here. I want to take the time to do the leveling things that we're going to need to get us through the weekend. So I think today's a good day to do that. So tomorrow we'll start with side quests, level 94 side quests, and then we will do... Oh, is that your shadow showing up on the thing again? That's hilarious. We'll start with level 94 side quest tomorrow, and then we will scoot into MSQ and continue that. So that's gonna do it for today. All you got was role quests. Sorry. Thank you. All right. Anyway. Whee! Hey, Neoneko, thanks for the lurk. Thank y'all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. You just got here scammed! Get scammed! Too bad. We're gonna resume tomorrow as early as I can, but I also have to do some food prep for Sunday, and then Sunday I have to cook before we can start. So there's gonna be a bit of a thing, but we'll have some nice long streams over the weekend and on Monday as well. So for now, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all to the lurkers, chatters, future VoD watchers who stopped by. Appreciate you all. Have a good night. Have a great rest of your evening, and I'll catch you guys all tomorrow for actual MSQ. All right, take care, everybody. Bye bye.